TD Jakes have had a rough time of late. Alleged Diddy parties, lawsuits. What went wrong? There are two sides to every story, but there's only one backstory. Cheryl Taylor, TD Jakes' longtime publicist, watched the famed pastor preach to his thousands of followers from the side of the stage. She anxiously swayed back and forth, locking eyes with the embattled bishop. Noticing her angst, Jakes swiftly cuts his sermon short. Cheryl tugged on his arm, guiding him into a nearby secured room. "We have a serious problem." "What is it? The South African trip? Europe?" "No, I got a call from the FBI. They want to interview you." Jakes' mood shifted from calm to turbulent. "What do they want?" "I think they need to confirm some things about the P. Diddy lawsuit. Your name comes up quite a bit." Jakes collapsed his hands, searching for a reply that never seemed to come. Cheryl studied his disposition and purposely failed at giving him space. "How long have I worked for you, Jakes?" "Approximately 20 years, Cheryl." "Your son was 10 then." Wrinkles formed on the bishop's forehead. His broad shoulders swung around, dismissing her presence. "The scriptures tells us that God hasn't given us the spirit of fear." Cheryl's tone becomes more abrasive with each word. "Do you actually believe in the scriptures that you preach?" "What are you getting at?" "I know you, Jakes. I had 20 years to figure you out. You aren't the man that people think you are." He defiantly roared back with conviction. "I'm exactly who they need me to be, and that's all that matters." "When was the first time, Jakes?" "What?" "When was the first time you found a man appealing?" Jakes stewed in his defiance. He had never been questioned by a subordinate. "Okay, I'll entertain this." "I was 25, local bar in South Carolina. From clear across the room, I saw him, tall, mahogany skin, a smile chiseled by God's holy hands." "Was it everything you dreamt it would be?" "There was no dream. Admiring God's greatest creation isn't a sin, Cheryl. But acting on it is, Bishop. Correct?" Jakes turned to her, disdain oozing from every crevice in his body. "Nothing happened, Cheryl. You don't seem too sure about that." "Are you sure?" "Yes. That time." Cheryl positioned herself directly in his eye line. "I was 32, church conference in Chicago. I had an issue with my hotel room. The manager sent up a complimentary masseuse for my troubles. In walked this 6-foot guy with a decent body. It was easy to notice with the shirt he was wearing. His first stroke across my body, and I knew I was in trouble." Jakes struggled to finish the story. "What happened next?" "He rubbed every ounce of anxiety I had away. I surrendered in that moment." "Is that all that happened?" "Yes, it is. My devotion to God wouldn't allow Satan to tempt me into anything else." "What if I told you I don't believe you?" "Belief is a thought you keep thinking, Cheryl. I know who I am, and laying down with the same sex would be sinful." "Are you saying my son is a sinner?" "Well, he ain't a saint. That's why we renew our minds every single day." "Why don't you just tell your congregation that you are attracted to men?" "Because I'm not. That's not what the video shows." Jake stood, his hands collapsed to his side. His emotions were like a fragile vase in a daycare. His eyes locked on her glare. A self-imposed hatred dripped from his lips. "There is no fucking video of me anywhere." "Did you ever party with P. Diddy?" "I don't consider one drink a party." Cheryl adjusted her phone in his eyeline. "Then what is this?" Saturated in rage, Jakes snatches the phone from her hands, smashing it to the floor. "That was years ago, when my wife and I were on a break." "Where did you get that?" "A source." "How much are they paying you?" "Enough." Jakes chuckled confidently. "Cheryl, I could be on a video with 3 whores, 5 men, and a stolen bag of cash, and I wouldn't lose one member in my congregation." "You think so?" "I know for a fact. See, people are yearning to see my downfall, the betrayal, the collapse of greatness. But all the while, they're getting their fix in real time. They're attracted to chaos, gossip. Most people are suppressing that very demon within themselves. That's why they attend church. So you're using them. You are useless if you can't be used, Cheryl. What's that little quote? The greatest thing the devil did was make you believe he didn't exist.